103.5 Ogidi, as I'm not drawing qua, I can ask no one, Radio Mano, it will radio 103.5 Ogidi, even at the FM, kilometer, to the other boy, me take it power.
Listen to news updates on Ebonadi 103.5 FM immediately after Angeles 6 o'clock a.m. and 6 o'clock p.m. weekdays. Stay tuned to be updated, to be informed. News updates, live reports. Ebonadi FM breaks the news with actualities.
I believe that if we are looking for a new Nigeria,
you can as well listen online via mixlr.com/GistFM.
Good evening and welcome to Ebona, the 103.5 FM. Rekeze is my name. The headlines. Man stabbed to death over 1,600 naira in Anambra. Hoodlums attack Enugu community, set vehicles ablaze. Ebonyi police declare Abga governorship candidate wanted. Ayu, Okowa lead black uniform protest at INEC. Rivers, Imo, Kaduna, Utomi asks INEC to review election results in 10 states. Turkey election. Opposition picks single Erdogan challenger. Now, details. Man stabbed to death over 1,600 naira in Anambra. The Anambra State Command Police has launched a manhunt for 3 suspects who allegedly stabbed one Shikodere to death with a broken bottle over the sharing formula for 1,600 naira, which was allegedly given to them. The incident, according to information, occurred at Ogidi, Idemili North local government area of Anambra State. It was gathered that the deceased, a scrap dealer at Tazan Junction axis along Onitsha Enugu Expressway, Mbo, Idemili North local government area, hailed from Ebonyi State, while his assailants, who also deal in scraps, hailed from Enugu State. According to an eyewitness who pleaded anonymity, the deceased and his assailants earlier had a prolonged heated argument in their place of work over the sharing formula of the said money, which prompted the intervention of a master trader that resolved the crisis. However, as the resolution did not go down well with the assailants, some hours later, they reportedly invited the deceased to a drinking spree, aimed at luring him to deal decisively with him. The deceased was said to have ignored the invitation, knowing fully well that they still want to harm him because the resolution was not in their favor. It was learned that the bubble burst occurred when they eventually caught him on his bike same day, held him tight while on his bike as one stabbed him on the neck and head with a broken bottle. He immediately slumped and the assailant fled. The corpse of the deceased has been deposited at Iyenu Hospital Morgue, Ogidi, by the police, who reportedly have concluded arrangements for autopsy. Wailing and crying when met in her residence at Mbo, mother to the deceased demanded for justice, adding that the assailants just wasted her son for nothing. Confirming the incident, the Ogidi Divisional Police Officer DPO at Ogidi, Mr. Sani Ahmed, CSP, who simply confirmed the incident, said they have embarked on manhunt for the assailant. None of the suspects have been arrested. We have commenced manhunt for the fleeing assailants. We will get them. The corpse of the deceased have been deposited in the morgue, he affirmed. Hoodlums attack Enugu community, set vehicles ablaze. Armed miscreants were said to have set ablaze vehicles and tricycle of road users using during the attack. The police in Enugu says its detectives and tactical operatives are on the trail of hoodlums suspected to be armed robbers that attacked some residents of the Ababanike axis of the state metropolis. The command said normalcy and regular human activities are resumed in the Ababanike axis after the attacks at about 4:30 a.m. on Monday. A statement issued by the command spokesman, Daniel Ndukwe, on Monday in Enugu said no casualty or loss of life was recorded during the incident by the armed gang. Normalcy has since been restored at Liberty Bus Stop, T Junction, and Harmony Road locations of Ababanike, Enugu, where yet to be apprehended armed miscreants attacked and set ablaze motor vehicles and tricycles of some road users at about 4:30 a.m. Meanwhile, one white-colored Toyota Sienna minivan and a black-colored Lexus RX 300 Jeep used by the armed arsonists to perpetrate the heinous act have been recovered. Therefore, members of the public are enjoined to provide the police with credible information and intelligence that will help fast-track the ongoing operations to fish out and bring the fleeing assailants to book, he said. Ebonyi police declare Abga governorship candidates wanted. The Ebonyi State Police Command has declared the All Progressive Grand Alliance governorship candidate for the 2023 elections in the state, Professor Bernard Odo, wanted. Also declared we are 9 others who are members and supporters of the party in the state. The police public relations officer, SP Onome, disclosed this in a statement on Monday. Hoodlums reportedly killed Odo's traditional ruler and supporter Ibuke Ewa last week, but the Ebonyi State government has accused the Abga governorship candidate of being a suspect in the monarch's killing. Odo has repeatedly denied the allegation, reiterating that the late traditional ruler was his father and supporter, maintaining that it would be wicked and ludicrous for anyone to link him to the incident. The police in the statement said that the Ebonyi State Police Command has declared the underlisted persons wanted in connection with the murder of Igbokuewa of Umuezoka community in Ezza North. Their names as follows: Professor Bernard Odo, Samuel Onyekashi Aligwe, Peter Orugu, aka One Boy, Chukwudi Aliawa, aka Iza, Sheka Eza Alugo, Nnaemeka Egede, aka Champagne, Nnabuike Okohu, Ogobushi Abom, aka Okiri, Nonso Obasi, and Ikechukwu Nwaba, aka Solid. The command urges the good people of Ebonyi State and the general public to assist in apprehending the suspects if seen, or call the command's emergency number 07064 515010 or the nearest police station with any useful information that will lead to the arrest of the suspect. But reacting on the police declaration on the Monday, the APGA candidate Udo alleged that the government's target was to render him disqualified ahead of the March 11, 2023 governorship polls. In a statement made available to journalists in Abakaliki on Monday, he claimed that the state government knew that what caused the monarch's death and was desperate at ensuring justice in the matter was truncated. My attention has been drawn to a publication by the Nigerian Police Force, Ebonyi State Command in a letter AZ 5200 EBS DFA PPRO Volume 8 249 dated 6th March 2023, and I wish to state and react as follows. While I again sympathize with the family over this very painful, unfortunate, and tragic loss, I reiterate my earlier positions in the media that I know nothing, absolutely nothing about the assassination of my traditional ruler Ibukwe Ewa of Umuezoka in Izza North local government area of Ebonyi State and the chairman of Izza traditional rulers. That the allegation against me in the said publication are false in every material fact, malicious, baseless, spurious, and should be totally discountenanced by the general public. For the Nigerian law still presumes an accused person innocent until proven guilty by a court of competent jurisdiction, the candidate said. He said the person listed in the said letter has been declared wanted were ABGA supporters, members from his Umuezoka community, just as ABGA had supporters in all villages and polling units across the 13 local government areas of the state, saying or dealings with them, except that being an accomplished figure, some of them look up to him as their role model and mentor. Odo stated that he already obtained an order from the High Court of Owerri in number HIOW 194/2023, dated March 3rd, 2023, restraining the police and other security agencies from harassing or arresting him until the matter brought before the court was determined by the court. The Inspector General of the Police, Osman Baba, and other security agencies have been served with the court order accordingly. The IGP, upon being served the said order, stopped all actions in the matter with respect to the court, but the Commissioner of Police in Ebonyi State, who is under the IGP, continued to take further actions in the matter contrary to the order of the court. That I am not on the run and cannot be said to be on the run for any reason whatsoever, but pursuing and seeking the resolution of the false and misleading allegations brought against me through legal and peaceful means, he claimed. He claimed that allegations were politically motivated and intended to undermine his chances of winning the Saturday's governorship elections as the leading frontliner. Ayu Okowa lead black uniform protests at INEC, Chairman of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Senator Iyosha Ayu, Delta State Governor, and Vice Presidential candidate Ifeanyi Okowa are to lead a protest by the party's faithful and supporters in Abuja today over the outcome of the February 25th presidential poll. The protest comes against the backdrop of alleged irregularity by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) in declaring the candidate of the All Progressive Congress (APC), Bola Tinubu, as winner of the presidential contest. The electoral body, in its final results, said Tinubu scored 8,794,726 votes, while PDP candidate Atiku Abubakar polled 6,984,520 votes, with the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, garnering 6,101,533 votes in the keenly contested poll. However, the PDP has rejected the election results, stating that the INEC allegedly faulted the Electoral Act 2022 by not uploading results directly from the polling units to its servers. The party has also gone to court to challenge the election results. In a notice by Ibrahim Bashir, director of admin, Atiku Campaign Council, the party informed its members that the protest will take off from the Legacy House in the Maitama area by 10 a.m. He added that the uniform for the protest is black. I am directed to respectfully invite Your Excellencies National Chairman Dr. Iyosha Ayu, Vice Presidential candidate and Governor of Delta State, Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, Governors of Akwa Ibom and Chairman of PCC, Mr. Odom Emmanuel, Sokoto State and DG of PCC, Aminu Tambuwa, and the Governors of Bayelsa, Edo, Adamawa, Bauchi, Taraba, and Osun States, former Senate Presidency, David Mark, and Bokara Saraki, BOT members, NEC members, PDP senators, and House of Representatives members, NWC members of the party, DDGs, directors, deputies, and assistant directors of NCMC, members of the PCC, leadership of the people living with disabilities, and all other stakeholders to a protest march to INEC office. The notice read. Rivers, Imo, Kaduna, Utomi asks INEC to review election results in 10 states. Utomi is the convener of Being Tent, a coalition of political parties, social movements, and civil society organizations in support of Peter Obi, presidential candidate of the Labour Party. He spoke at a news conference on Friday in Lagos. The professor listed the states as Lagos, Rivers, Imo, Benue, Nasarawa, Plateau, Kaduna, Katsina, Adamawa, and Akwa Ibom. Utomi also asked INEC to cancel the election if a review failed and if the court did not pronounce the true winner after investigations. We want to urge INEC to show good faith and not to wipe their server of activities of the February 25th presidential election in the excuse of having it ready for March 11th, he said. We also want to request that INEC administratively begin a review of the votes in 10 states. All we seek is sunlight. We accuse none and come with malice toward none, but are assured that our children will have better tomorrow if we ensure that sunlight and transparency define our electoral ways. We ask for an INEC review. If this fails to bring justice, then a court process to reverse rigging and call the true winner. While that is difficult for the system, we call for outright cancellation of the election of February 25th and ensuring that enthusiasm allowed to flow through to March 11 with assurance of a free, fair, and transparent election. The Big Tent convener asked INEC to assure Nigerians that the Bimodal Voter Accreditation System (BVAS) would be functional ahead of March 11 gubernatorial election. He said that INEC leadership must be replaced if the commission cannot prove that the Guba election will be different, adding that the essence of the democracy is respect for the will of the people. Utomi knocked politicians who use thugs to perpetrate violence. Just a tight race in a country highly polarized after 2 decades of Mr. Erdogan's authoritarian rule. Economic crisis and errors during last month's earthquake may make him more vulnerable than in previous elections. A huge crowd of supporters cheered Mr. Kerigo, a 74-year-old former civil servant, as he was chosen by a 6-party opposition alliance. He promised to govern Turkey through consensus and consultation. Our table is the table of peace, he said, quoted by news correspondents. Our only goal is to take the country to days of prosperity, peace, and joy. He also said he would return the country to a parliamentary system. Mr. Erdogan oversaw a transition to a presidential system in 2018, gaining sweeping powers. The CHP was created by modern Turkey's founder, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, and is the country's oldest political party, though it has been out of power centrally since the 1990s. However, Mr. Kargo has broadened its appeal by embracing minority groups and has formed alliance with right-wing parties. He has also shown himself willing to challenge Mr. Erdogan, a leader who has become increasingly intolerant of crisis of criticisms. In February's earthquake, in which more than 45,000 people were killed in southeastern Turkey, Mr. Kilgore led attacks on the government, which he said had allowed corruption and poor building standards. This is where we draw the curtains on news update on Ebona at the 103.5 FM. But before we leave, a quick look at the headlines. Man stabbed to death over 1,600 naira in Anambra. Hoodlums attack Enugu community, set vehicles ablaze. Ebonyi people declare Afghan governorship candidate wanted. Ayu Okowa lead black uniform protest at INEC. Rivers, Imo, Kaduna, Otomi asks INEC to review election results in 10 states. Turkey election, opposition picks single Erdogan challenger. You're just listening to news updates on Ebona the 103.5 FM. News produced and read by Martin Ifanjuku Ekeze. Thank you for listening. Once again, good evening. So, like, subscribe, share. Thank you.
Listen to news updates on Ebona, the 103.5 FM in